Welcome back to Space Station. This time we're going to be going to the level that I didn't name for some reason. It's Ice and Easy Does It. Maybe I didn't name it because it's a really stupidly long name. Now I don't know why everything has to be a pun. Yeah, this one we just have to get the severed heads of the professors. Why are their heads preserved? I don't know, but they are, so I guess we're doing it. Starting this level off as the Husky. And you can see there's a head behind us right from the beginning that we can't get to until we get another new animal that we're going to be seeing in this level. So first things first, Husky cannot jump very high at all, so we're going to have to get a rabbit. Luckily there's 3 right at the beginning, of which I'm only going to kill 1 because I only need to kill 1. The thump move doesn't really do much damage to you unless the rabbit like jumps on you and then uses the thump move. Which obviously the AI is going to have a difficult time with, but you can do that when you're playing as the rabbit rather easily. Especially if it's an animal that's like neutral towards you. You can just jump on it and then just like thump the crap out of it and it's just dead. But yeah, don't worry too much about getting these power cells because you're going to be getting an animal that's going to be able to go like everywhere. Basically. In like a minute. So you enter this area and there's like nothing going on until you go a little bit farther and you can see that there's some new animals around here. These are walruses, and I'm not going to be messing with them as the rabbit because there's something even better than the rabbit right in here. Just gotta break the ice and then we get our next new animal for the ice world, which is the Hella Rabbit. The Hella Rabbit is our first flying animal, besides the flying dog, because that doesn't really count. That's not really like a real level, that's just kind of like a... Well, I mean, it's a real level in the sense you have to do it in order to beat the game, but you can like switch between animals. But yeah, we can fly as this guy. Although our flight is really limited. Like, you can hold down A to fly. You can only really go a certain distance above what you're flying over. So, say I go up like this hill, I fly up higher, but if I'm over the ice, then I'll sink down lower. So, your height is determined by what platform you're floating over. So, in other words, if you float over a gap, then you're still going to fall down, like the hole that you're flying over. So, you gotta move quickly. It's basically just a jump that lasts forever. You have a set height limit that you can't exceed. And this is the walrus, which has cool shades for some reason. And it's our first flying, or not flying, it's like our first, it's essentially a racing walrus, but it's just called a walrus. It's got the same things that the dog has, where it has a boost and it has missiles. But the thing is, the missiles this thing shoot are freaking giant and do a lot of damage, and they're really hard to hit people with, and I pretty much never use them ever. Trying to like kill these other walruses with them because you need to kill all the walruses to get the trophy. That's not happening. Also, this thing has really wonky physics. This walrus does. You need to kill one of the walruses in order to get one of the severed heads, because due to the limited flight of the Hella Rabbit, you couldn't get up here unless you do that jump. And there's a first severed head. Gross. It's like, I think this game is just rated teen, but it's like there's dead bodies everywhere and there's like severed heads. I guess it's just because it's like cartoony that they can get away with it, but it's kind of morbid, like, really. Like, you could say that like the animals dying, it's like they're robots, so it doesn't really count as like actually killing animals. But it's like there's like real dead humans in this. Well, I say real, you know, real fictional dead humans. So at this point, me missing that box was the telltale sign that I'm not going to be the walrus. And then this happens. Yeah, the physics in this game are kind of weird. Like, I ran into the rabbit like head first, and I switched into it at the same time, so it just went freaking flying, and so did I. But I love doing that in this game. It's just so ridiculous. But yeah, now we've got to kill all the walruses. It's a lot easier if you just use the Hella Rabbit. the walruses are gonna do a lot of damage when they hit you with the missiles, but they aren't gonna hit you with the missiles very often. Because, first of all, they can't shoot them very quickly. Second of all, their aim is kind of garbage. I mean, you're flying, so they're gonna have a difficult time hitting you anyway. But, like, seriously, like, these missiles are all just going, like, underneath me. Maybe if, like, our elevations are at a certain way, then they'll be able to hit you. I do get hit a few times by these walruses, but for the most part, it's not actually that difficult. This guy was conveniently just, like, sitting here, and he pretty much just stays in this general area for the whole time, as I just bombard him with bombs. Pretty simple. If he's just gonna hang out, then I'm just gonna kill him, whatever. And then we get the igloo trophy over here as soon as it spawns in. It's weird. Like, the igloo over here is where the teleporter is, and then there's just a trophy that looks exactly like the igloo. I guess they couldn't think of, like, anything to base the trophy off of. So it's just like, hey, what's in the general vicinity? Igloo? Igloo. They could have made it like these crystals. I don't know. That would have looked kind of cool. Like a crystal trophy. I'm pretty sure there's not a crystal trophy in this game. Anyway, now that we're the Hella Rabbit, we can get these heads over here. And you can see that I'm, like, descending here. Like, I'm holding down A the whole time. I'm just descending because the area underneath me is getting lower and lower. And there's all the heads. There's only 3 of them. 2 of them are at the beginning, and the other one you need to use the walrus to do the jump. I don't think you can get this power... Well, you might be able to get that power cell as a rabbit. Like a normal rabbit. I don't know. I would assume you can. But yeah, we've completed our only objective. So now we just need to get the rest of the power cells, because we've already got the trophy. And then we're done. There's only, I believe, 3 power cells left. And it takes me a little bit to find them, but I leave this in because this isn't just me goofing around. Like, I do actually, like... I'm looking for them, like, the whole time, so, you know. This isn't just me being stupid. This is me legit, like... This is, like, the fastest I would have been able to find them. But, yeah. Overall, this level is just kind of... It's not bad. It's not, like, great. It's better than the Game Boy Color version of this level. The Game Boy Color version of this level is just kind of... It's also just kind of there. This level in general is just kind of boring. Which is weird, because you'd think the level where you collect severed heads would actually be interesting, but it's not really. And just for no reason in particular, I decide, well, let's finish the level as the walrus. I hate controlling the walrus. It controls okay, I guess, in water, but other than that, it's really bad. You have to go really slow, or else you're going to be very imprecise. I do, however, appreciate its cool shades. And at the end of the day, Dan still got hurt. So who cares? That completes Ice and Easy Does It, with everything that we need, and more. And next time we're going to be going to what's probably my favorite level in the entire game, Penguin Playpen. I really like Penguin Playpen. But we gotta do the Game Boy Color version first. As is the norm at this point. I mean, you really should see it coming at this point, that we're going to be doing the Game Boy Color version after the N64 version. Okay, so now we're doing their GBC version where the walrus gets nuked because, I don't know, this game's just, like, morbid. Like I said. The severed heads thing still kind of bothers me. I don't know why the heck... Like, why they gotta be severed heads that we gotta collect? Why can't it just be, like, get the key cards to open the igloo or something? I don't know. Severed heads is just kind of weird. Also, for some reason, you start this level as the chip, too. That's just a random change. Like, there's no reason for them to have done that. You already know the walrus. Also, this is kind of a dumb thing that they do at the beginning of this. The rabbit is up there. You can't jump high enough to jump up to it. But that's just like a pit. Like, you do not want to go down there. You have to wait for the rabbit to jump down. I don't know if it's set to jump down after a certain amount of time. Like, if it just was supposed to, like, go back and forth until it jumps off. I feel like you could potentially be waiting forever for that thing to jump down. Luckily, it can't jump into the pit, because that would kind of suck. But the GBC version does seem to have a tendency of essentially making it impossible for you to beat the game. Or to beat the levels if you mess up one thing. It's hard to tell what you can jump on and what you can't. Like, this just because this is purple doesn't necessarily mean that I should be able to jump on it. But yeah, there's the first severed head. It actually is preserved now in like ice, so that's pretty cool. Speaking of ice, I don't know how you're supposed to know that you can break this thing. I only knew that because I played the N64 version, so I knew that the Hello Rabbit was in ice. Also, this thing only has like 2 sprites, and it still looks terrifying. Like the rabbits in general just look too spooked. I don't know what it is about them; they just look too spooked to me. But yeah, unlike in the N64 version, this is actually something that I think this version does better. The Hello Rabbit can like actually fly. Like you can fly like as high as you want. Difference is, also I don't know how I missed that. The difference is, you have to mash the button in order to fly, which I do not like more than the N64 version. I like just being able to hold it down and then just flying as high as I want to, but I mean, I guess if I had to choose between having to mash to fly or having to hold down to fly, and the ability to fly as high as I want to, I guess I would be okay with having to mash. But, you know, whatever. Anyway, the only reason you ever need to be the walrus in this version of the level is because of that trophy. And you obviously don't need the trophies, so there's really no point to it. There's no point to the walrus at all in this level. If you just want to complete it, that is. So, yeah. Kinda just there because it's there in the N64 version, I guess. And I mean, you can't even like fly up there as the rabbit because only the walrus can go into that hole. There's the second head. Yeah, only the walrus can go in there. I think I tried going in there as the rabbit later, but you just can't do it. And for some reason, instead of the exit being here, the other head is in there, and the exit is actually the very beginning. Of course, I didn't know that at the time of this recording. I tried going in here as the rabbit, and I'm just like, okay, I guess that doesn't work. I didn't even think about the fact that maybe the exit would be at the beginning, because I was just under the assumption there was a head there. I guess I just blocked out of my mind the fact that I got all of the heads already, or something. I don't know. But I try seeing again if maybe there's something that I missed in that room. Actually, first I tried to see if I could go get the bio on the walrus, but I could not get the bio on the walrus, unfortunately. So I guess we're just gonna have to see that on a later level, because the walrus is one of the more common animals in the game, so you know, we'll be seeing it a lot more as we go on. But yeah, I guess there's nothing else here. I guess this is the point where I realized, oh, well maybe it was actually at the beginning over that pit, and you need to be the Hello Rabbit in order to get it. So yeah. Also, the Hello Rabbit is really freaking slow in this version. He flies up slow, he moves left and right slow. It's like, I don't know why they have to make everything slow in this game. It's almost like they don't want people to have fun, or something. There's seriously only 2 sprites for this thing. I mean, that's better than the 1 sprite that the springy thingy had, but still. It just comes off as lazy. I don't know why they switched the head in the teleporter, either. Maybe they so there was less backtracking going on? But it's like, seriously, it's... I don't know. Game Boy Color version, besides Stinky Sewers, the Game Boy Color version is really not impressing me with its levels. But yeah, anyway, that completes Ice and Easy Does It. And next time we're going to be going to my favorite level, which hopefully they didn't butcher in the Game Boy Color version of the game. Penguin Playpen. I don't know why it's my favorite level, I just have like the best memories of this level. So yeah, see you next time.